Welcome to another edition of Spotlight On. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the Camden Parent Partnership. And our first guest today is Mr. Rashaan Hornsby. Welcome, Rashaan.
How you doing? Thanks. Well, nice to be here. I already met you.
Yes. So it's so great to have you here. We really feel honored and privileged that we get a chance to talk to you today.
Thank you.
So tell us, who is Rashaan Hornsby?
Well, father, first and foremost. I'm a father, husband, business owner here in the city of Camden. I'm a coach, football coach, basketball. So I do a little bit of everything. Just a regular Camden native, born and raised here. Went to school, attended school here, and right now just trying to give back and help my city pretty much.
Well, I'm honored to be a Facebook friend of Rashaan's, so I know a little bit more about you. When I look at your Facebook page, one thing that strikes me is your commitment to family.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about your core values and why family is so important to you.
I think family is everything. I think family, I know family is definitely power. I think families in the black community have been torn apart for years, and I think it's really important just to have family, period. Family, like I said, is everything. So I really, my values are, like discipline, education, I would say number one is in my household, and, giving back is a bigger part of what I do and in my family's life. And I just really, my goal is outside of becoming successful in my own right and in my family is to be able to help somebody else outside of myself. So I think family is that and, should be that for not just myself and my family, but for everyone. I think everybody needs a family some way, even if it's not your blood, if it's your football team or your basketball team. I think it's important.
Absolutely. And one of the funny things I see on Facebook is your car rides to school with the kids. So
Stalker dad,
what is going on in the car with the kids?
Well, that started last year when my twins, they attend ECDC here in the district. Shout out to ECDC. And, it was their first year. My oldest daughter, my oldest two kids, my son is 18, my daughter is 15 now, and it was 10 years in between my twins and my oldest daughter. So it was like bring something brand new, starting all over again. So, last year it was hard for me. The first day I was kind of broken up. My wife was broken up. The babies were broken up. And I just said, just to make, my wife works in the district. She works at Coopers Point, so she doesn't have a chance in the morning to spend that time with the kids. So I was just like, wait for her to see the kids in the morning. What we're doing is their first year. I know she, wanted to see that. So, I was just like, let me, just start going on live. I consider myself like a stalker dad. So, I just started filming it, and we did it all year, every day. And, now this year we started school back. The twins are like, now, Dad, turn on the live in the morning, So, and I did that to try to, outside of just my family, inspire other fathers, just to spend that time with their kids to say, this doesn't cost any money. This is just me having a phone on, which everybody has smartphones now, and just turning on my Facebook, which everybody pretty much has a Facebook, and just that 15-minute ride to school. We talk about all kind of stuff. We listen to music on Friday. We do our Friday dance in the car, but, if it's snowing out or raining, we talk about the weather, tell people to be careful, just try to inspire, and they always end the video with, I tell them, how, what do you guys have to tell them? And they say, get that money, get your education. And I've showed them that parents just don't get money and kids get education, but kids can get money and parents can be educated as well too. So, just drilling that into their head, that education and, believing in yourself and, entrepreneurship is big for me. So, that one video just morphed into Stalker Dad.
Well, Rashaan, if inspiring families is what it's all about, then you certainly met that goal because you inspire me at least. So we're excited to hear of this new venture that we're going to take on, which is the Camden Parent Partnership. And here at CCSD, Family University is a way that we feel we can equip and empower our parents to kind of make sure they're demanding quality education and making sure their kids are succeeding in school, not just in school right now, but even from cradle to college to career. And so we want our parents to really feel confident, and we want them to feel like they have the ability to really support that learning at home.
Gotcha.
And so one of the things that you were telling me about the Camden Parent Partnership is that families are going to get a chance to have an opportunity to learn from other parents.
Yes.
Nice strategies that they could use at home to support learning.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about some of the strategies that you may share with families at the Camden Parent Partnership.
Number one is, I think, just like networking. I was talking to Miss Prailow earlier, and she, shared a story with me about, her grandmother, just kind of encouraging her to get to know her neighbors better, and I just think in our community sometimes that's kind of that sense of community and where everybody on your block is kind of faded away a little bit. So we want to empower, parents to get out of their comfort zone, get to know your neighbors. We were just talking about just sometimes, parents losing themselves, just being a parent all the time, just working, tending to the kids, so forth and so on. Parents just might need that time to take a walk or get a couple hours, but, babysitter might not be available, but, building those relationships with your neighbors and people in your community could actually, start to foster some good things for these parents. So we just want to bring in different strategies by connecting parents to the school directly to resources in the community organizations, grassroots, that could actually just help them. A lot of, in the city of Camden, we have a lot of great things going on, but it's just like lack of information. A lot of people don't know how to obtain the resources or who to contact. So we want to be that bridge. We want to be that glue that pretty much brings everything together with the Camden partnership pretty much.
And Camden Parent Partnership, you were sharing with me that you'll go neighborhood to neighborhood and have interest meetings. And so this group is actually led by parents.
Yes.
And you're going to not just be centered in one neighborhood, but you're going to take this around the city to start a grassroots efforts for parents to really get to know one another and get to know what resources are in their community.
Absolutely.
So how important is it for parents to understand what resources they have available?
Oh, very important. Just it's like you said, by going to each neighborhood and empowering parents in those neighborhoods, myself and Miss Prailow, we're pretty much like ambassadors. So this here is not our initiative, it's not the Family University initiative. This is to empower the parents here. So we're pretty much just going to come in and do a needs assessment, individual needs assessment for each parent, because every family is different. They all have different goals. So we just want to identify where they want to be from start to finish and, assist them in that, and whatever that may be, whether it's counseling, resources, if it's, playing ball, putting your child in an after school program. Those are the things that we want to do, and we don't want to just make it exclusive to just one neighborhood. So we want everybody, the whole city, to be inclusive with this. And like we said, we want to encourage parents to take the lead on this. So myself and Ms. Prailow, we just want to find pretty much like a male and a female leader pretty much in those areas that could take the lead, facilitate meetings, hopefully maybe host meetings in the home. This home visits are a big thing. I know the district is really pushing that home visit. So, just trying to get parents out of the normal in school or in the church setting and, where they feel maybe a little more comfortable, where they can open up and, get a little more in depth in the conversation of what we really need to do here in the community pretty much.
And it's great that I hear you guys are using a two-generational approach.
Absolutely.
And so we're not just focusing on kids,
Yes.
we're not just focusing on families in isolation, but we're focusing on building them up together.
Yeah.
So that's really something that families and kids have to look forward to, kind of bringing families out of poverty and ensuring that they have the resources they need to actually meet the goals that they have. And so I'm really excited, and we want to thank you for coming on Spotlight.
No,
and
thank you.
We look forward to see this really roll out in the community.
Yeah, I think it's going to really be great. Like you spoke about the two-generational approach. I think for too long in the community, we've kind of focused on either one or the other, the parents or the student. And this here, gives us a chance to focus on both simultaneously. That holistic approach pretty much where, we bring in mom has goals, dad has goals, because we want to, hopefully that's the situation. We have mom and dad in the house, but we know that's not always the case. But trying to assess what mom wants to do, dad wants to do, and what the children want to do, and trying to, create a comprehensive plan together to help them all reach that goal, which is good because even as myself as a coach and just doing things in the school, a lot of times if we're not working with the parents, if myself as a coach, I could dump so much into a child, but once they go home, you know, if the parent is not on board with what I'm doing, or I'm not, vice versa, it's kind of negates everything that you did. So we want to, you know, make sure we strengthen that pretty much, yeah.
Well, Rashaan, it was great to have you on Spotlight.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming, and everybody stay tuned for our next guest, Jonay Prailow.
When I got pregnant in high school, I stayed in school and worked hard to get my high school diploma. I knew getting an education was the best possible path forward for me and my daughter. I'm not saying it wasn't hard, and I couldn't have done it alone. I had the support of the Parent Linking Program. My daughter went to daycare right in my high school, and the loving staff gave me the support I needed to overcome obstacles and become the best parent I could be. Today, I am proud to say that my team and I offer the same support to adolescent parents in Camden. We run 2 fully certified child development centers in Camden High School and Woodrow Wilson High School. These free centers look after our students' children and offer parenting classes and workshops to help our teen parents give their children the best possible start in life. If you are a teen mom or dad with an infant or a young child under 2.5 years old, call us today and enroll your child in in-school childcare while you continue your high school education. Being a parent is a blessing, but it can become very overwhelming without support. Today, we can help you build a bright future for you and your child.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spotlight On. And we're here with Miss Jonay Prailow. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
So glad to have you.
Thank you.
And we're excited to have you because you have an amazing story as a single mom. We also know that you have your son, Rashaan, who graced us with his story and his life story. And so tell us a little bit about your experiences and who you are and how it was to raise such magnificent children as a single mom.
It was very, very difficult to raise children in the city, you know, with the typical violence, which was a main concern of mine. The atmosphere in the school environment wasn't safe, and that was a major concern for me as well. So being on board with the Camden Parent Partnership is my way of giving back to the community that helped support me and my children and helped us all collectively become better people. I actually worked in corporate America for 21 years, and some of the tools that I have learned mentoring others, co-workers, and mentoring fellow people that I have worked with throughout my career, I want to give that back to the community and see what I can do as far as helping parents realize their value and their achievements, and help them bring up their children in a way that is conducive to this, to our community, and we're all productive citizens.
And you're just an amazing mom because it wasn't always easy, like you said. I mean, you raised a son who had a challenging beginning, but wow, what an amazing end result. I mean, he got to become an intern under the Obama administration at the White House. So we're very proud of your son, and we're proud to have you as one of our leaders at the Camden Parent Partnership. So, in speaking of the Camden Parent Partnership, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you think about the importance of family voice. Why is it important to engage with our parents and find out what their needs are, as opposed to us saying, hey, here, we're the experts, here's what you actually need? Why is their perspective important?
It's very important because parents know their children. They know what's going on in their homes. They know what they need support in. And by allowing them to voice what they need to be better parents, to make their children better students, and to just to get out of survival mode and get into living mode. I think that is very, very important. If my struggles would have been a lot easier if I had a voice, or I felt that I had one, and people were actually listening. Yeah. You know, it's one thing to have a voice, but who's listening? And I think this this committee, this partnership, is definitely going to be a tool where we can have parents voice what they want, voice what they need, and through a needs assessment, we're able to help them build that. And I think that is one of the most important things of having parents give a voice.
And we know that that's going to spark a lot of interest in the community. If parents know that they have a voice, and if parents know that you're open to hearing what their ideas are and allowing them to bring their own expertise to the table, I think this is going to be a group that really takes off. So we want to thank you for your commitment to that. You mentioned earlier when I was speaking to you about it's going to take a mindset shift. So it's really a paradigm shift. Why do you think there needs to be a shift in thinking?
I think there's a lot of misconception in the community that asking for help is a sign of weakness. And so that in itself discourages people from asking for help, And changing that mindset to you're not asking for help, you're asking to be empowered. And that's a different way of thinking, and it's all about thinking differently. And having them more engaged and feeling powerful, and then by lifting up our parents and our children and our families, we're going to ultimately have better education, better community. So we need to incorporate all that, the families, strong education,
schools, and strong communities. Absolutely.
So, you know, just keeping the focus on that in itself, I think is going to be a very resourceful tool for us to use.
Absolutely. And so we were speaking to Rashaan Hornsby earlier, and he shared about helping families set goals. And I know you were mentioning SMART goals, and so that's really great. And so what if a family came and, you know, their goal was to improve their education? So mom wants post-secondary education. What will the Camden Parent Partnership do, and how can the Camden Parent Partnership help that mom?
Well, we would like to align ourselves with universities, community colleges, trade schools, and the workforce, the businesses within our community, to give them the tools and give them direction as what they need to do to accomplish these goals. Whether it's, you know, like I said, going to Rutgers, going to any college that's in New Jersey, or college in general. You know, and colleges may not be for all parents, so, you know, we want to also give them workforce experience, and just utilizing the things that we have in our community and letting the community work for us instead of, you know, just sitting back and waiting for things to happen. Take initiative and just build them up and use these resources to make us successful.
Wow, so this is really about transforming communities.
Yes, it is.
And so we're really excited about that, having every family be able to create their own family success plan. We really believe that's going to make a huge difference here, and it's going to filter down to our children. Our children are going to become more successful. So that's a great, great asset for Camden Parent Partnership. And one other thing I wanted to ask you was to tell me a little bit about how your own core values will help the women in the community really understand what their needs are and be really motivated to reach their goals. Because you were a single mom. How did you get yourself
going?
Well,
I've been there, done that. It's probably nothing. We want to create a safe environment, first of all, for parents to feel that they can express their ideas and their thoughts, and parents could work hand in hand with each other. And one of the things that I really, that Mr. Hornsby will bring is that he is a married man, and he does take pride in his family and supporting his children, and that will be an option. I mean, that experience alone, from him having that, he can bring that, you know, and hopefully encourage the men to take part in this partnership as well. Mm-hmm. But as for mother, I think sometimes we have different priorities than maybe a dad would have, because we are usually the ones in the home that's doing the cooking, if we're working outside of the home and taking care of the children. So experiencing a lot of those things, which some of them were very traumatic for me, I think I will be able to guide women in the area, in those type of areas, so they don't have to. And then we could have parents training parents, being mentors to parents, coaching parents, encouraging. You know, so it's not just a partnership; it's a support group, and we're gonna support them in any aspect of their life that they need that support to be productive members of society. And to, I do believe that children are more likely to do what they see versus what they hear. And if you have a parent who's doing successful things or doing positive things, I think that will have a trickle-down effect to the children as well.
Okay, so when can a parent come to this meeting? When's your first meeting?
Our first interest meeting will be held at the Camden Boys and Girls Club in Parkside, January 24th from 5 to 7 p.m. And all parents, community members, educators, everyone, it's an open meeting, is invited to come, and we encourage everyone to come. If you don't know, just come check it out to see, you know, what type of opportunities and options that are available. You know, just get in where you fit in. I really would like for this to be a community effort where we're all working to bridge the things that are not working in our community, and I think starting with the family is definitely the first step.
Okay, well, we thank you so much for coming out, and we're excited about the Camden Parent Partnership. Come out to the Boys and Girls Club, January 24th, 1725 Park Boulevard from 5 to 7, and thank you for joining us on Spotlight.